So I recently watched this on Tubi, Bury the Bride. I'm a fan of Scout Taylor Compton. She seems like, a really nice, sweet person. She's a really good filmography. She's been in a lot of things like the movie Sleepover, um, the Rob Zombie Halloween movies, Smile Pretty, Feral, which I've reviewed before, An Intrusion, which I reviewed not that long ago on here. She plays a young woman who is going to be married soon, and she decides to have a little bridal party with her best gal pals. Instead of going to some fancy resort or having it at home, they decide to have it at the groom to be's home. So basically, they go to this older home out in the desert and they decide to have a couple drinks and reminisce and celebrate their friends' upcoming nuptials. Well, as usual in these type of scenarios, there's some disagreements and arguing between the guests because they're drinking. And one of her friends says, you don't really know this guy very well. You haven't been dating him that long, and you're going to marry him. He's basically a stranger. And Scout's character says, you don't know him. Not everyone cares about money or status or the latest vehicle or thing. I really like this guy. And sometime during the night, the groom comes with a few of his friends, and they are basically good old Southern boys, and they pretty much clash with some of Scout Taylor Compton's characters' friends, and they're pretty much put off by it because they came without, being invited. They show up out of the blue with, more booze. And one of the friends decides to go with them on a little hunting expedition. And for me, this is where the movie starts to have some issues. Like, who in the hell in their right mind would go on a hunting trip with like 2 or 3 men that you don't know, you've been drinking all night, and I couldn't believe it. And the more you got to know the groom to be, and her character brings us up, he's nicer than he looks, but I feel like they wouldn't mesh well in real life, but I guess opposites attract, and the whole vibe is off when they basically, burst into the party uninvited. And I'm just thinking, where in the hell is this going? Where is this movie going? Because the vibe is off pretty much from the beginning. They're in this weird older house in the desert. They're not at, a spa or some nice resort. They're basically isolated out in the middle of nowhere. And I didn't read about this movie before I sat down to watch it on Tubi. So I had no idea where it was going. And it does go places. Pretty much after an hour build up, you get to know the friends. One of the friends does go on this weird impromptu hunting trip with these 3 guys in the middle of nowhere. And I just thought, there's no goddamn way, if this were real life, that she would be doing this. But who knows? People make mistakes. It's logic for horror movies. If characters don't do stupid things or make poor decisions, would you have a horror movie? So I'm not going to spoil what the twist is Um, it wasn't what I thought it was going to be at all. I thought it was going to be, a by the number slasher type movie, and it's really not that at all. And, you know, it basically gives you the twist within, like, I want to say an hour of getting to know these characters. Um, and also, the movie was directed by the brother of Rob Zombie. He's better known as the frontman of Power Man 500, 5000. I think I got that right. Might be messing up the second number, but he is the lead singer of Power Man. He appears as Spider One for this movie and then in the directing credits. You do kind of get some like echoes of Rob Zombie movies, in the middle of nowhere, in the desert, good old boy Southern characters. So you kind of get that vibe. Um, I feel like it could have been done a little better. Like I said, I wasn't sure what the twist was going to be or what the big bad was going to be in this. I thought it was going to be a slasher movie. And it basically just, turned it all over, on its head and went this different direction. I'm not sure if I'd watch this again. I only watched it because I'm a big Scout Taylor Compton fan. And I found her likable in this movie. Even if once they get to the house, I'm like, what the fuck? What's going on? The vibe is off, early. And it's kind of odd that the characters don't pick up on that, from the onset once they crash the party. So let me know what you guys think. This is a newer movie, Bury the Bride. It's on Tubi. I want to say it's 80 minutes long. It's not overly long. It has a long build up with the characters and getting to know the friends. The first half is almost like a Lifetime movie of the girls drinking and gossiping and arguing with each other. And then the horror element, shows up fairly quick. So let me know what you guys thought of this. I thought it could have been better. I give it points for, not going the normal route of, a slasher movie. It does go a different route. Let me know what you guys thought. And I'm going to wrap this up. Thanks for watching. Bye.